of earth, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Hello, alien grays, darks, archeons. You gotta respect it all, okay? Anytime that I use that mask, it'll be a mask on the front page, you know, the front picture. Okay, the front picture, the title picture will always show that mask, okay? Because that means I'm telling about the truth, about the true knowledge, okay? Okay, now, I respect all things, okay? I don't disrespect anything, no matter what it is. I may disagree with some little concept of it, but it's always a reason behind everything. But in this video, I'm going to talk about how to simply respect the dark side, or the dark side of all things, or things that doesn't make sense to you, okay? When things don't make sense to you, then when things don't make sense to you, you have to respect it until you study it, okay, right? And when you got a whole flock of people, I'll talk about it. Then I'm going to talk about why a particular person disapproves of their own skin color. I'm also going to talk about what is an Uncle Tom, an overseeing Negro, which I heard in another video, okay, an overseeing Negro, okay, and the last thing I'm going to talk about is how do emotion, sexual, and in harmony, okay, those drives connect to your own genetic structure, okay. Also a studying too, see, that's another thing too. But other than that, I'm gonna talk about that. What is an Uncle Tom? And Uncle Tom is when a bunch of slave masters, okay, was over here. Even when the Native Americans, they let a few Native Americans become slave masters or Uncle Toms or something. They saw something particularly strange in that person for them to be a master of a house or a household, okay. So you got to understand, Uncle Tom is basically a person who had a certain gift. Like a master would say, a white master would say, hey nigga, come here. What you think about blase, 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 okay? And this nigga would say, I know English, okay? I've heard you many times. And he's scared as hell. And then the white man would laugh at, and they're like, you get a house. You watch these slaves and shit. You do this for me. Because you're fucking special. So that's how even some Native Americans, okay, they became slave masters. They put slaves in their houses and shit. So you watch some of these slaves, and some Native Americans became slave masters too. Okay? Alright? And so what happens is that, I think probably in one time they choose the Chinese. A few Chinese, could you be a slave master too? That's the Uncle Tom and the overseeing nigger. That's a nutshell. Straight up. You only get choosing because something special came out in you. Okay, you're black, and then the white man chose you. You watch this, and something special with you. Okay, so that's what an overseeing nigger is. An overseeing Negro. Women don't like that shit because you overseeing shit. You're making sure that shit is checked. Okay, you watch that shit. Okay, because you know you're the master. You're the boss in charge. Okay. Okay. Now, Uncle Tom is someone who's basically the same thing. Okay, it's overseeing. It's an overseeing nigger. Okay, because of the white man. The white man told them what to do, and they listened because they got something special with them. They only choose a fucking Uncle Tom when they see something special in that Uncle Tom, that black nigga or that Chinese person. Okay, even Native Americans. Look at the history. There were Native Americans who chose that path and said, hey, they could have said no, but they did. It's okay. If a nigga didn't listen to them niggas or Native Americans, they got killed. Okay. Now, okay, let's see. How do emotion, sexual drive, harmony, and even studying connects to your own genetic structure? I like to study, okay? I like to study everything, like fucking understanding this and understanding that. But I try to get to the point because my brain cells can't comprehend certain things, and I try to find shortcuts in different ways. So I'm not actually lazy. I like to study fucking everything, man. Okay? I don't have a lot of harmony in music, see? So yeah, I'm geared towards white. So I can't move. I can't play basketball. You know, dribbling. See, the dribbling skills, I tried to learn that for years, and I couldn't do it. I was like, that's part of my genetic structure. My emotion is very high, but also it can be distraught sometimes. Okay. My harmony is like, it's really on cue. Okay. I can harmonize with a song. I can do that because that's a part of my black. Whites can't do that shit. Okay. Let me see. My sexual drive is half and half. So my sexual drive only comes up to more purity and mental stimulation. So that's more on the white side, okay? You know, I gotta be high. If I'm highly attracted to that female, she could easily turn me off in a second. Depends on what comes out of her mouth. Now, blacks are not like that. They don't care, okay? Because blacks are more driven towards sexuality, rhythm, and harmony. Okay, all right. They're not driven towards studying and shit. Because that's a fact. This is a fucking fact. All color races. And if you're my color and going darker, okay, tan and going darker, then that's a problem. Okay, 'cause studying is kind of hard. Because that's a genetic trait. Okay. Okay. My glasses is a degenerative disease that's from all the white. Okay, because they can't see far because their brain cells and shit is differently for the medulla and shit connected. Blacks, the original blacks didn't really have problems with their eyes, okay, or gangrene or problems with the sun or cancer, okay. Okay, see, whites and blacks are different compositions, okay. If you want to look at the composition, that's old. Hitler already did it already. They're not going to declassify that shit on the internet. Tell that the white supreme race is the German race and shit. They're not going to do that. They're going to tell you that shit, okay. Let me see. Your emotion dictates who you are. Your harmony levels, okay. Your sexual drives. I have studied myself. Did you? No, you didn't. You probably didn't, okay. What is your desires? Then you can understand what your genetic structure is, okay. Okay. Now, why a particular person would dislike their own skin is because the same thing. Because probably they feel themselves they can't study or some shit. So they start hating their own race. Or they've probably been around their own race, and their own race is like not what they really want. Okay, so you could tell whatever they don't like, they will go against. Because I love myself. I love being right in the middle. I'm more on the white side. Okay, more on the right side than on the left. Okay, or you can say more on the left side. Okay, left is logical and more emotional. Blacks are more geared towards the emotional side. Okay, okay, so that's genetic. Okay. Blacks are more geared towards the emotional side, especially when it comes to the body, like rhythm and blues and music. If a white woman makes something, a black person always does it better, okay? Now, when it comes to math, you know, an abacus, the calculator and shit, then the white people do that better, okay? You see the patterns here with genetics, okay? This is by their activities, okay? Because I was born in the hood, okay? Look how I fucking turned out, okay? I can talk intellectual all day long without using curse words. When I only curse for entertainment purposes. But that's the reason why a particular person disapproves of their own skin color. Okay, so I don't like my kind because them motherfuckers is dumb. So I don't like my own self. I don't like my own color. Because people will look at me because I'm fucking black, okay? See, when I was in the court of law, when I was in the justice court, they gave me a pat on my back with a probation. Because of the fact that they knew I was intelligent. Okay, I put my glasses on, my little T chain, and I was nice and I was quiet, and I even was smiling a little bit at the white judge, the white woman judge, and she looked at me like 5 years probation. She didn't even talk to me. She didn't ask me no questions. I had a little girl in my fucking house who lied. She was taller than me. She manipulated me. I couldn't talk. Justice was served, even though she shouldn't have gave me a felon. Okay, she shouldn't have gave me a felon, but I can get that off. Okay, my attorney told me you can get that off because you're intelligent. So, duh. Okay, I'm intelligent to get it off. Okay, so now, okay, how simply respecting things will basically consider yourself and highly intellectual by respecting all forms and the formats of all things. It might seem taboo or fucking wrong, but if you look at the history of things, then you'll understand why it's like that. Now you see people booing people on the stage, like I saw that video and shit. They booing them, ooh, I can't believe what I'm saying, because they don't understand the concept of why they're thinking that way. And I don't like people like that, okay? You didn't do no studying and research, and you just saying, I can't believe I'm living in America and we got racism. Racism is fucking okay, man, okay? There's a strategy behind it. There's a reason for it, okay? Let it be okay. Let the karma, dharma comes out, all right? Okay. Now, thank you very much, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Okay, I respect all things, okay, even if it may seem hard to understand. Okay, I'm pretty sure I wasn't white in my past. I'm glad I wasn't. Completely white is not good, okay, because that shit will follow you for the rest of your different lives. You might have different lives you got to suffer that shit through if you killed too many blacks. That's why some poor people deserve to be poor, okay, because it's something they did in their past life. You can't be feeling sorry for people who die. Okay, logically saying they probably deserved it. Their little kids dying and shit because they lost memory of who they was. They deserved it. Much love, peace, and much love to you, brothers and sisters of light and dark, alien gods, beam me up, Scotty, werewolves, dragons, vampires. Thank you for listening to my video. Peace.